we've been conditioned, especially those of us who are high achievers, because you won so much in your life, you've been conditioned not to share your wins. People have told you, let somebody else win. That's bragging. Be humble. Other people can't do what you can do. And so that conditioning over time has translated into adulthood, thus translating into your business. And so even though you know you're brilliant, incredible, and badass at what you do, you dare utter that word. You're hoping somebody else is just going to recognize it. Welcome to the Raise Your Game series. And I'm excited to talk to you about what I'm going to talk to you about today, because it's going to be super powerful and it has the potential to change a lot for you, to change everything for you. Today, I'm going to be giving you 3 power moves that are going to shift the game for you around the area of pricing. But I want to talk about why I'm talking about this in the way that I am talking about it today, and give you just a little foundation and background on where I'm going to take this conversation as we round out this series over the next few weeks. So you're at a point in your business where you're likely experiencing success. And the thing is, it may still feel a little clunky or a little bit of like a struggle, or it just may feel a little bit exhausting to keep the machine going. Right? You might have even stalled out or hit a plateau in your business, an income plateau. And it feels like no matter what you try to move the needle forward or to hit that next level of range of income in your business, or maybe you decided that you can't do it at all, like nothing's working. So you're like, I'm just going to say where I am. This is cool. Not a big deal, right? Some of you maybe can't even fathom doing more, because you can't fathom doing more than what you're currently doing, like to put into your business to make this work. If you doubled your revenue or hit the $1 million mark in your business, you're thinking in your head, like, what would I have to do in order to make this work? And I'm exhausted right now. And you've likely heard someone tell you that in order for you to get to where you are, to where you want to be, in order for you to go from $500,000 a year to $1 million a year, in order for you to go from the $200,000 you're doing to $1 million in a year, it's your inside game, right? If you're stuck, it's your inside game, right? You are the reason why you haven't reached millions or hit that elusive 100K month. But the truth is, you don't really know quite how to apply that information in a real life scenario. You're like, okay, it's me, but what? Do I journal? Do I listen to audios? What do I do? And so I want to tell you a quick story really quickly. I've been talking about my client, Jessica, and I just want to share how pricing comes into this and where this foundation is. So she's killing it right now. And if you've been following the conversation about her, when she came to me, she had hit a plateau in her business. And in fact, she had contracted from doing $40,000 to $60,000 a month every single month, no problem. She had a team, sales team, people that were helping her with delivery and working with her clients. And she'd gotten to the point where she had contracted so much that she was trying to figure out how to make $5,000 in a single month. And I often see this happen when people are underpriced and they grow rapidly, right? What happens is you take on so many clients at that price point that it becomes a little overwhelming, and the business itself tends to implode, right? There's a lot to deliver. There's a lot going on. Sometimes to the point where you have to downsize your team and you become almost like a one-man or one-woman show like you were in the very, very beginning. That was Jess. That's where she was. So when she came to me, I took a look at everything that she was doing. I took a look at her positioning. I took a look at her offers. And literally when I looked at it, there was no reason why she shouldn't be doing 6 figures a month already. There was no reason why she shouldn't have had $1 million business based on the optics, based on what her offer was, how many followers she has, how large her email list is, the work that she puts in every single day, how clear she was about what she was offering and who she is in the world. And there was no reason why working with her privately shouldn't have been a minimum of $25,000 a month. Yet it was only about $9,000. Was it $9,000? Yeah, I think it was $9,000. So we got started and she immediately raised her rates. She raised them slightly, right? She raised them slightly. So she raised her non-private coaching prices, or her non-private support prices, because she's a dating coach and mentor. So she raised those prices to around $7,500. And then she raised her private coaching prices to $15,000. In 3 weeks, she hit the goal that she had set for herself to do in 90 days of $50,000. Like I said, if you've been following, you know this conversation, but I want you to track with me because you might hear yourself in her story. Then she began to do what I'm always coaching and mentoring my clients to do: press the edge of their comfort zone and lean into courage. And she raised her rates again. 3 days after hitting $50,000 in 3 weeks, 3 days later, she added another $47,000 to that. She then further leaned into courage because her certainty started to grow, and is now charging $20,000 to work with her privately and $9,000 to work with her associates. And we're now 8 weeks into her journey, and she's collected just under $200,000 cash. This is the same woman who at maximum done about $60,000 a month. She'd never had a six-figure month before. And now she's $200,000 cash in 8 weeks, celebrated her first $60,000 month, or her first $100,000 month, all because she had the courage to lean in on her pricing, to charge her value, to charge commensurate with her positioning in the marketplace. If I started listing out all of her credentials, you would be like, oh my gosh, why was she charging so little? And oftentimes it's a risk versus reward conversation. She already knew that people would pay her a certain amount and she was making decent money. What if she raised her rates and then no clients and no one said yes? And that's often a place I see people get stuck in the good enough zone. And so the truth is this: every dollar and every zero in our bank accounts is tied to courage. It is a reflection of a time where you said yes to courage. Entrepreneurship, being in business for yourself, that's a courage journey in and of itself. So it would stand to reason that the more you grow in courage and expand your capacity around courage, that your business would grow, but we don't think about it that way, right? The requirement, something I want you to think about, and the requirement to be courageous at this level of the game in the millions is even greater. Right? So at this level, again, what's really happening is you're not really seeing the risk being greater than the reward, thus hitting the plateau income count, right? You opt for the status quo. Really quickly, let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. I am Shameca Tankerson. I'm founder and CEO of Shameca International. We're an Inc. 5000 recognized company that has rapidly grown over 1,834% in the last 3 years using the strategies and methods that we teach our clients, the rapid income transformation method, and the aligned to accelerated overflow method as well. Our clients come to us when they want to take their business revenue from 6 figures a year to 6-figure months. All right, let's get into this. So I decided to do this thing because I know this courage conversation is a big deal. It's a big freaking deal, and not a lot of people are talking about it, right? They'd rather just have you pile more strategy upon more strategy upon more strategy. And so we're going to have some conversations around courage, about courage, because the truth is the results you seek are not a matter of more time in the game or more efforting to get there. It's really a matter of courage, because 90% of this crossing into the realm of millions is being more comfortable with risk at bigger and bigger levels, at greater and greater levels. And that requires courage. That is the one thing that I've learned. So I'm going to be giving examples of where in your business, where in the area of business, greater levels of courage is needed in order for you to create your next level of expansion and leadership. And I want to also let you know that it often goes overlooked as a solution, right? What we typically try to put in place is more strategy, more tactics, more hiring, more team, and then we wonder why it doesn't work. And truthfully, more strategy is not the answer. And of course, you know that. Here's why you know: because you tried it and you're still anchored to the same results, the same income level, the same bank balance, no matter how much strategy you try to pour on it and how many new strategies you try, you're still at the same level. So today I want to gift you with a 3-part framework to begin to master this pillar of courage. And like I said, we're going to be bringing this conversation around, talking about different pillars of courage inside of your business. But the pillar of pricing is a big one that most people overlook, because you feel like, oh, I've gotten to the point where, my pricing is good. It feels good. And maybe you stretched around pricing already. I saw a thread the other day where people were putting in their 50K offers. Somebody said, hey, tell me what's in your 50K offer. And my heart broke as I was reading through this thread, because I'm like, these are all like, the majority of them, I would say 90% of those offers were like multiple six-figure offers, with the amount of value that was being provided there and the transformation that people were going to receive. And I felt like so many people were undercutting themselves. So I know that this pillar is a huge deal for those of you who are stuck at whatever income level you're stuck at right now, because I want you to win at this game of business. So I want you to look at this with a fresh set of eyes. My desire today is that you walk away with this 3-part framework that you can begin to follow to begin to master this pillar of courage in your business. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Actually, let me do this, and then we're going to jump right into it. So I want to do just a quick call for Game On Live. Game On Live event is coming November 8th through 11th. It's 9th through 11th, 8th if you're doing the VIP day. There's a link in the description. There's a link in the comment section. Go to GameOnLiveEvent.com to join us. There are 3 levels of tickets to choose from. You can choose your level of engagement, choose your level of play for Game On Live. There's a basic level, which is get you 3 full days of access to this business altering event. It's going to be a powerful experience. And my desire at Game On Live is that you blow your own mind with what's possible for you. That when you walk through those doors, you definitely don't leave the same person, but your identity has shifted. And that you know beyond a shadow of doubt with the highest level of certainty that you can create any amount of income that you truly desire to in your business. It is a truly transformational experience where we're going deep into $1 million identity work, which is about who you be, the $1 million strategy, which is about how do you make millions simplified. Most people don't even try to go for millions because in your head, you think there's got to be like, I don't want to have a big team. I don't want to do all these things. And I want to let you know that it doesn't have to be that way. And I'm a living, breathing, walking example of a simplified business model that creates millions. And then we're going to go deep on day 3 into $1 Million Legacy, because it makes no sense to show you how to make all this money at a rapid pace, but then you don't have the capacity to hold it, and not just hold it, but to multiply it. Right? So that's what we're going to do over the 3 days. That's what you get access to with your basic ticket. For those who are wanting an upgraded experience and you want to do VIP, you're going to get special seating, early access to the room. You get a masquerade theme, VIP only reception that I'm calling, if you guys have heard of Grown and Sexy, I'm calling it Grown and Wealthy. It's the Grown and Wealthy masquerade ball. I'm super excited to play with you guys. On that first initial day. It's just for VIP. So we're going to be welcoming you. You're going to get VIP only networking opportunities, gorgeously catered lunches each and every day. So you can upgrade for that experience. And then there is Savage, which I am happy to announce that Savage has been sold out. So we sold the last ticket to Savage last Friday. Savage is for the truly Savage CEO, where ease is just a way of life for you. So we handle everything from your transportation to and from the airport. You have VIP level access throughout the hotel. We take care of your room. There's no lines for you, boo. We got you. You get a personal event concierge, so there's no standing in line to register and doing all of those things. The Savage only experience, again, is sold out, but VIP is still available, and it's an incredible experience as well. So just go to Game On Live event if you would like to join us. All right, so back to the courage conversation. Every single time something unusually amazing has happened in my life, it has always been preceded by drastic, courageous action. Not, oh my gosh, I got to do stuff, but whatever action step I took required a huge amount of courage on my part. I have always been required to have a conversation with fear and tell it to sit the hell down, shut the heck up, and have several seats in the way back every single time. It has never been a comfortable process, but the results have always been worth it. It's why I do the courage experiences that I do in my life, and I'm not going to talk about those today. But it's why courage is a huge pillar in how I teach and mentor in business as well. So today, I desire to challenge you to take a walk on the courageous side, because most of what you've been told by most gurus and most business people who are out there training and teaching about what it takes to go from 6 figures to 7 figures isn't really true. You don't have to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. It's all the things they have you doing that aren't really the through line. And it's keeping you stuck right where you are. So grab your pen, grab your journal if you haven't done that already, and let's get into this and talk. Okay. So the question that I want to guide you with today is, do you have the courage to stand in your value, true intrinsic value of who you be to the world, who you be to the people to which you help get results, to own your value? Do you truly have the courage to do that? Or are you settling? Right? And if you want to lean into courage, as I'm challenging you to do today I'm going to give you 3 power moves, and we're just going to jump into it right now. 3 power moves that will allow you to work that courage muscle around this pillar in this area of pricing. Okay. So the first one is this. Here's your first power play. Write it down. Don't shrink. Solve a bigger problem. Don't shrink. Solve a bigger problem. Figure out what is the truly big problem that you solve, because people pay proportionate to the problem that you can solve for them. And what I find is most people are afraid to make a big, bold promise, right? But when you get super clear on the problem you solve, and it's that thing that you know how to do like the back of your hand, it's easier for you to charge more for that. It's harder to charge more for solving a fraction of the problem. But we've been conditioned to believe that people only want to solve the problem in fractions. And I want to tell you, the people who invest the most, they want their largest pressing problem solved today, as fast as they can possibly get them solved. And they're willing to pay a premium to experience that, right? So here's an example. The big problem that we solve, most of our clients come to us, they're either stagnant in sales, they've hit a sales plateau, they have great businesses, right? They're making money in their businesses, they know what the heck that they're doing, but they're always selling at the same level, the same amount, or getting sales for them takes too much time, too much effort, and too much energy, and it's a little bit exhausting. Our big promise is that we're going to show you how to go from 6-figure years to 6-figure months in 90 days or less, right? We've had so many clients make their annual income in 90 days or less that it is bananas, right? So that's our big promise. That's a scary promise to make, right? And we demonstrate that in our content. We demonstrate that in how we show up in the world so that people understand this is the promise that we make. So what's the bigger problem that you can solve, and what's the big promise for you, right? That's the question I have for you. What, where, and how are you showing up in the world so that people immediately are aware and see the big problem that you solve, and they're immediately aware of your big promise? Power play number 2. This is my favorite one because we don't think this has anything to do with the money we make or the pricing, but it's a pillar that we lead with inside of my community, and you can see me doing it all the time, and I will do it till the wheels fall off because it was a gateway to me owning my power and my certainty around the results that I create. I have too many receipts for anybody to tell me I can't do what I say I can do. And that's celebrating our wins, even when we're afraid to. Celebrating both our results and our client results. We've been conditioned, especially those of us who are high achievers, because you won so much in your life, you've been conditioned not to share your wins. People have told you, let somebody else win. That's bragging. Be humble. Other people can't do what you can do. And so that conditioning over time has translated into adulthood, thus translating into your business. And so even though you know you're brilliant, incredible, and badass at what you do, you dare utter that word. You're hoping somebody else is just going to recognize it, right? And let alone share what we've been able to do for our clients. Oh, I don't want to take credit for their results. Sharing their wins and celebrating the wins that you're supporting someone with creating is not taking credit for their results. But we condition ourselves to believe this, and thus we play a smaller game, and people put us on par with people who are not nearly as capable as we are to create these results because they don't know you can do what you can do. If they knew, they would pay you, and they would pay you more. Right? Your wins give you unshakable certainty and credibility, and it calls the right level of clients to you. People who are looking for the best of the best and who will invest for the best of the best. Don't make it hard for people to fact check you. Don't make it hard for people to figure out that you are the best of the best. Don't make it hard for them to fact check your success, your receipts. And you should be the biggest champion of you. Don't wait for somebody else to put you on a stage or on a pedestal and talk about what you've done. Talk about it your doggone self, right? Your celebrations are the proof in the pudding that you're an expert and authority at what you do and that you are second to none. And if you don't talk about it, who's going to talk about it for you? I also want to let you know, and this is a position that I had to realize, the more I've celebrated my win and the more people show up in my life in this way, your celebrations and your wins are a permission slip for others that they can do the same. It shows them possibility. They're looking at you like, if she can do it, I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. It's a permission slip for others to live in their excellence. So let me challenge you in this pillar, in this power play, okay? Today, not tomorrow, today. And as fast as you possibly can, I want you to share a testimonial, a case study, a Facebook screenshot about your results that you've gotten someone this year. In my community, we have this game we play. It's called Run. It's called Post and Run. So sometimes when I'm celebrating client wins or I'm celebrating my own wins, I have to post and then walk away from the computer because my brain starts telling me all these stories like, no one wants to hear that. People are going to think you're bragging. Like, I still have some of those same things that I have to lean into courage around. And so I want you to get into the habit of demonstrating and showing the proof in the pudding so that higher level clients who are willing to invest a premium know that you're the go-to person for the job. So today, case study, testimonial, a screenshot. If you need to post and run, post and run. You guys ready for power move number 3? Power move number 3, leaning into your courage around this pillar of pricing, is be bold in communicating your value, right? And in order for you to do that, you got to be really clear on what your secret sauce actually is. And often when I ask people this question, they start talking about their skill sets and their strategies, but your secret sauce is not something anybody can copy. It is the thing that you do that's intrinsic to you. It's the thing that you do that just comes like breathing and air. And if your audience does not know or have the opportunity to experience this every time you show up, whether it's online or in person, you're definitely going to be lacking in this area or be not capable of charging as much as you could. And here's the deal. The reason why I'm dealing with pricing is because it's easier to do 6 figures a month if you have a $30,000 or a $50,000 offer or even a $100,000 offer than it is if you have a $1,000 offer or a $5,000 offer or a $10,000 offer even, right? This is where we're talking about this simplified business model. The thing that comes easiest to you is the thing you should charge the most for. And it took me a long time to be able to like come in alignment with that statement because I thought it's so easy for me to do that. Like I can sit and coach and mentor and like just support people with what I see, especially in the area of like mindset and identity work and all of those things, sales, all day, hours at a time, right? What I know is who I be is living, breathing possibility. And so even living in that, understanding that that's a thing people invest for. When they're in my presence, my very essence beckons you to rise, right? I get that. And so that is who I be by God's design. A lot of the investment is that as well. It's not just strategy. And I could get caught up in the beginning trying to do more strategy and do more templates and give out worksheets and do all the things, but my clients weren't getting results when I was doing that. When I shifted all of that, removed all of that, and just showed up in the thing, like just so that it was just easy for me to serve my clients, results start going like crazy. So you got to get clear on what's the thing that your customers are missing out on by not working with you. What is that thing that comes so easy to you? It's like breathing. And you feel like to charge people for that would be like taking candy for a baby. I got to make this harder, right? It doesn't have to be. Here's the thing I want you to understand. When you communicate your value, when you're able to communicate and demonstrate your value, price becomes irrelevant. You're no longer having even pricing conversations. There's no thought about it. That's what Jessica experienced. I remember asking her during our sales conversation, what do you think, when I told her she, was worth 25K minimum to work privately with her, that's what she should be charging. I said, what do you think the best dating coaches out there are charging? And she paused for a second and had this look on her face. And she said, I'm the best dating coach in the world. And I said, that's what I'm talking about right there. So if that's you, why is it $5,000, $7,000, $9,000 to work with you? That shifted something for her, right? In the presence of value, price becomes irrelevant, right? And it's not about demonstrating value, really. It's about you being perceived as valuable by your customer, because you get to determine the price. We set the price. We don't determine the value. The customer has to perceive the value, but you've got to be able to demonstrate, articulate, and communicate that value so well that they are willing to pay a premium to experience it. And the truth is, it's likely the thing that comes the easiest to you. Again, the thing that comes the easiest to you is the thing that you should charge the most for, okay? Last thing I want to say around this pillar of being bold in how you communicate your value. Like, I want you to really, you got to let people know you're the bee's knees, right? What I find is most people are not commanding premium pricing because you don't know what you really offer. This is, again, your intrinsic value. It's not about the stuff you do. Like, I see speaker coaches leaning on how they're going to teach you how to create your signature talk. And I'm like, boo, there's so many people out there. Like, there's so many donut shops, right? But there's a reason why you like this one particular. There's so many ice cream shops, but there's a reason why you like this one particular ice cream shop. It's usually the feel. It's usually something that they offer that's a little different than someone else. So you got to know what you really are offering to people, right? And if you don't know that, you struggle to command a premium, or you don't know how you struggle to convey the value that you bring to the table, or you don't have the receipts to back it up. And here's the deal. If you don't have the receipts, you can't charge a premium. Let's just put that on the table. This isn't about slapping a price tag on something. If you can't do the thing like the best of the best of the best, then your pricing shouldn't be premium. But if you can, where are the receipts? Start gathering them. Right? That's why mastering your ability to solve a bigger problem is important, because you can't tell me that you're the best in the world, but you're solving these teeny tiny problems, right? So these are the things I want you to look at. So I want to give you another expansion opportunity today. And I know this is probably a lot of stretching, but I want to give you another expansion opportunity around this point, okay? In my group, Your First Million, I want you to head over there. If you don't know how to get there, if you're not a member of that group, it's a free Facebook group that I share lots of content and behind the scenes as I'm building my own business. You can go to makingmillionshappen.com to join us, makingmillionshappen.com. Inside of the group, I want you to go ahead and post 5 reasons why you are the last expert, trainer, writer, therapist, event planner, whatever you do, that your ideal client will ever need. I want you to be bold in communicating your value. Why are you the last that they will ever need? Okay? Figure out, get clear on, write down the value that you bring to the table, and be bold in sharing it out loud. Okay? So if today's topic has challenged you in any way, shape, or form, if it gave you even a single perspective shift, here's the deal. That I'm calling you forward to be in the room at Game On Live, because on day 1 alone, we're going to go deeper into this when we tackle your $1 million identity, because who you be matters way more than what you do. Right? It's not about the actions you take, it's who you're being inside of the action. And you will never out earn how you see yourself. And so there's a radical shift that is required if you're hitting an income plateau in your business again and again and again. We need to recode that. We need to shift at an identity level in order for you to be able to call in and create what's next. This is at the core of being able to break that income plateau, to create your millions, building your courage muscles to charge more and up-level your pricing, no matter what that pricing is. All right. So one last time, Game On Live event, go to gameonliveevent.com. Get in the room with us. I want to highlight a couple of things for Game On Live as I wrap this up and bring it to a close. We still have discounted rooms available because we've negotiated an incredible rate. So our hotel is about $600 to $700 a night, depending on what nights you stay. And we've negotiated of $179 a night for everybody who's attending. Those rooms are still available. That room block is about to close. So that discount will be going away in about another week. I don't have the exact date in front of me, but in about a week, I think it's next week, it goes away. So you still have opportunity to grab that savings on your room. I've added a new Power Vault bonus when you sign up. So when you book your room for Game On Live, if you book through us, you're going to get 4 things or 3 things. You're going to get a 30-minute private business upgrade session where you can talk to a marketing, sales strategist. We're going to help you look at your business and see what's the one thing we can tweak and move to get you to the next level. So you're going to get a 30-minute private business upgrade session. You're going to get a private 2-hour post-conference Q&A call with me. So this is like an Ask Me Anything You Want session after we do Game On Live event. And you will get immediate access. I'm opening up my Power Vault. You're going to get immediate access to my 4-part Accelerated Overflow series that includes 2 wealth acceleration audios that are guaranteed to help you rewire how you think about money to call more money into your life. One is called The Frequency of Possibility. The other one is Power Player. And so I want to make sure that you get those. Everyone who books a room using the link, whether you're doing it now or later, is going to get access to those bonuses. Plus, you get 3 Bring a Friend tickets when you join Game On Live that are fully refundable. So the way that works is you get to bring at least 3 friends with you for free. You buy a ticket, 3 friends get to come for free. All they have to do is pay an initial $497. And when they show up at the event, they get a check. They get their money back, right? So 3 Bring a Friend tickets. So that is my gift to you for being in the room, because I'm serious about you getting in a space where transformation can occur for you. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I will see you during our next episode of Raise Your Game. I hope this was beneficial to you. I would love to hear about it in the chat. So let me know what your biggest takeaways are. I'll see you next time, or I'll see you at Game On Live event. Thank you so much for watching my show, my channel. Here's what I want you to do. If you really love what you've been listening to, I want you to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. No, really, leave a comment, like right now. I'm not going to stop talking until you leave a comment. Seriously.